Hi friends, it's Dominique, the Nourishing Mystic, and today I am considering a quote from Sajah Popham. The body is a garden, not a machine. And I thought this was really profound for many different ways. So let's start with the machine part, right? When we think about machines, we're thinking of something that is mass produced, that is predictable, that is pretty one size fits all. You build a machine and put it through the factory line, and hopefully every machine comes out exactly the same, and you know exactly what part to fix or replace if there are any problems. Like if there's a problem with the machine, you just take out one part, put in the new part that's pretty much a same, replacement, and you get on with it. You just expect it to keep working. You expect it to work the same way no matter what. Eventually the whole thing might need to be replaced. And that's just kind of it with the machine. You can learn all of its details and it's quantifiable. Again, it's predictable. Once you learn each function, you know exactly what you need to do. Now, when we think of a garden, well, every single garden everywhere around the world is different. Some gardens have different climates. They might be a rock garden, something that thrives more in a desert environment, or it could be the opposite. It could be in a tropical environment. So different climates, different energies of a garden, different histories that impact the garden, the history of the soil and what had previously grown there, or how the garden is tended, what microbes are in the garden, what kind of fungal network is below the garden, how is the garden treated? Is it treated with pesticides, or is it treated organically and with compost? Did the garden previously have some invasive plants, or did it have some pest issues? It's not predictable. There is no one size fits all with a garden. You can't just take out one exact thing and just replace it and expect it to work. The garden needs to be loved and tended, and even we need to go outside and watch it. And some people might create garden journals to really learn about their garden and learn how different things affect them. One part of the garden may need more water, the other part of the garden may need less. You may need to test, this acidity of your soil, see if there are different nutrients that you need to add to the soil. And the garden, of course, goes through cycles. So no matter, or really based on where you are in the world, those cycles may look different. Well, my garden is in winter, your garden might be in summer. Your garden may be able to bloom year round, whereas my garden may need to rest due to longer winters. I might grow hardier crops in my garden due to my climate, and you might grow different crops. You might have greenhouses, and you might have trellises, you might have cover crops that you add to your garden. There's no one way to grow and tend for every single garden. Sometimes we live on different elevations, and that affects the garden. There's lots of different things to consider. And the main thing is that we need to treat it holistically. We need to consider the big picture of, again, what is our temperature? What is our moisture? What kind of rains are we getting in our garden? What kind of irrigation system do we have for our garden? Are our plants really tense and really densely packed, so maybe they're not growing, or they don't have as much room and space to grow? Or are they maybe more relaxed and there's open areas where new plants can just find themselves growing, whether you might call them weeds or invasive plants? Maybe there's a lot of spaciousness in your garden. Maybe you like to decorate your garden with fairies, and maybe there are some birdhouses or water fountains. Again, maybe your garden is filled with rocks and rock paths, or it's mulched differently. Like, we're all unique, just like every garden is unique. We all have our own history, our own ancestral pattern within us. We all have our unique environments that we thrive in. And we all have different energy as well, whether that be due to our astrological signs or for whatever reason. We are all special. Some of us thrive with more moisture. We might have the energetics of a drier climate, and we really need to hydrate and use a lot of lotion and conditioner on our hair. Or we might be more just tense type of people, where we need more relaxation and herbs to promote relaxation in our lives. We might be people who run cold and we need those blankets and warm things, or people who get hot really easily and need to cool down. So again, when we're thinking about our body and our body's health, we need to move away from the one-size-fits-all machine way of thinking, that there's always just one thing that's going to solve every single problem, and start thinking of ourselves more like a garden. Like, yes, I am not in any way opposed to Western medicine. I think that there's a place for it. And I think in a holistic view, we take all of the good things that Western medicine has to give us. Like, yes, there are some medicines that are going to fix certain problems that we have. We take that, and we take the wellness practices of nourishing our body with healthy foods and movement and meditation, and we take herbs, and we can do it both just as we would treat our garden. So we can go out and we can find a good soil amendment that we know works and fixes one problem in our garden. And we know we need to continuously and holistically care for our garden in other ways, through watering, through compost, keeping organic, just as we wouldn't want to put, chemicals that are going to harm ourselves into our body. We don't want to put those chemicals into our garden either. And just as we would give our garden time and patience to grow and thrive, we also need to give ourselves that time and that patience and that understanding, and seeing that sometimes it's frustrating when we can't find a solution to something that we're struggling with our body, with our health, whether it be mental health or physical health. That's frustrating. Just as we see that maybe something's not growing in our garden and we try a bunch of things and we get frustrated, sometimes it does just need that time and patience and love and care and perseverance to keep trying new things, to keep thinking in a holistic way of, okay, we've tried a few different things. Maybe we need to pull in some more resources. Maybe we need to pull in some more help. In either way, we always need more love and to be patient with ourselves as we go through our cycles as well. So the body also has its cycles, times where it needs more energy and movement, and other times where it needs more rest. And the last thing I'll say too, the one relationship between the garden and our bodies is we know that the garden needs healthy microbes in the soil to grow. That's why we put compost in it. That's why we love to see earthworms in our soil. The healthier our soil is, the healthier our garden is. And that's the same for our bodies. So we also want to get those healthy probiotics into our gut. Like there are healthy microbes that help us be our best selves and grow and heal ourselves as well. So we can kind of think of having healthy soil in the garden very similar to having healthy guts, our healthy immune system, our healthy intestines. And that's again where we're nourishing ourselves with whole foods, lots of veggies, nourishing broths, nourishing herbal infusions, and really taking care of our gut health, just like we would take care of our garden's soil health. And realizing that that's something that's individual to us and again needs to be actively tended and treated holistically. And for me, I find that when I am really focused on my gut health and healing myself from the inside, from that deep level of my body, that does expand out to healing other areas of my health as well. So again, just kind of like how it starts with the soil in the garden, I also find that it starts with the gut for many of our health concerns, even like mental health concerns can be improved with our gut health. And again, because we are all different, we are not one size fits all, it's difficult to say that there's one solution for every person, that there is some kind of superfood or miracle drug out there for every single issue that we come across. Like, no, we have to have the whole picture, see the whole garden, see everything that, affects ourselves. So the next time that you're feeling down about your body or your health, I know it's really easy to do. We are constantly bombarded with this message of this is how life is supposed to look like. This is how our bodies are supposed to be and feel and look like. It's like, no, we're not all supposed to look like this machine model A here that's presented to us as the ideal. Like we're all machines and all of our bodies need to look exactly that certain way and be that certain way, that certain size or height or shape or, physical appearance of any way. Just as gardens all look different and they're all beautiful in their own unique ways, and they all have their own unique beautiful plants and expressions and way those plants are organized. That's the same for us. We all look unique and we're all beautiful in our own unique ways. So when society or your own issues have you feeling down and disliking your body, your appearance, or whatever you might be struggling with, I just recommend that you remember that the body is a garden, not a machine. And hopefully that is an inspiring and motivational mindset shift for you. And thank you so much for your time in listening to this video. If you could, please leave a comment in the description below just to let me know that you watched this. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this video and this concept. And otherwise, you could just comment with a heart to let me know that you watched it. Thank you so much, and blessed be.